Hi, I'm Sharon Bill. Welcome to my Theory Tuition series where I'm working with you step by step through the ABRSM Theory Grades. We're making our way through the last paper, the specimen paper of 2016 for these Grade 3 past papers. There are lots of resources available to help you on my website. If you visit sharonbill.com, you'll find some free PDF information sheets that are available to download in US letter or A4 to accompany each step of this series, and all the information that you need to understand for these grades can be found within these PDF documents. There's also a page with links to all of my YouTube video tutorials, so if you want to revise some information or revisit some topics in preparation for these exam papers, I work through every step of the music theory and practice workbooks, and you can see me help you through those on those YouTube video tutorials. You can also access information about the books I have available. I've written How to Take Your ABRSM Music Theory Exam. It's full of tips and techniques on how to best prepare for your exam, and also how to best make use of the time when you're sitting in the exam room working through your exam paper. So if you visit sharonbill.com, it's all there for you. If you can give me a like, that would be fab, and subscribe to my channel to keep updated. There's loads more to come. However, now, if you'll turn with me in your booklet, we're on page 14 on question 5 of this last paper. The specimen paper wasn't actually ever sat as an exam paper, it's just included as a bonus, and it's just an example of what could occur in your exam. And so question 5 asks us to add the correct clef, so there's the first action point, and any necessary sharp or flat signs to make each of these scales named below. Do not use key signatures. So although you have to bear the key signature in mind, we then need to apply that as accidentals. And so E flat major, of course, must begin and end on E flat, and for that to be the case, it must be in bass clef, all cows eat. And then we need to think about the key signature. Now, the key signature of E flat major would be B flats, E flats and A flats. We don't want a key signature, so we need to add those as accidental. So here's our B flat. E flat, of course, must occur twice because we begin and end on that. So it looks like we've got 4 flats, but we've just got E flat twice, because now we also need to add the A flat. So although it looks like 4 flats, we've only got 3, and it begins and ends on the key note E flat, and that's now complete. Let's have a look at the next one. So now we're asked to write and to make this into C sharp harmonic minor. So of course it must begin and end on C sharp. FAC is treble clef, and so that's our clef to make that correct. Now C sharp minor is related to E major. It's just really important that you know these keys and perhaps write them out before you even start, so you can just keep referring back to them. So C sharp minor is related to E major, which is F, C, G, D sharps. So let's just start with that. So F sharp, C sharp of course occurs twice. It's our key note at the beginning and the end. G sharp, D sharp, here we go, we're ascending, so there's your D sharp. And now to make this harmonic minor scale, we have to then also raise the 7th note of the scale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, so the B also becomes sharp, and that's now complete. There we go. Let's move on to question 6. Again, we're using keys, and so if you've written that out already, it makes it easy to refer to. You've only needed to think of it once, rather than having to scratch your head and think of it several times. So name the key of each of these tonic triads. It could be major or minor. However, we can get the first point easily sorted. It's a tonic triad, and so the bottom note must be our tonic. So in bass clef, that's a G. It's G something. G major has a key signature of F sharps. G minor has a key signature of B flats and E flats. So it must be G minor. Okay, so here our bottom note, our key note in bass clef is A. Good boys deserve football always. A major has a key signature of F, C, G sharps, and so it's A major. Here we go. So this one here, this is in the treble clef, F, A, C, E. So our key note is E. And we've just already thought about that when we were writing the relative minor scale, and we know that it's related, C sharp minor is related to E major, which has F, C, G, D sharp, so this is E major. Here, now our key note is F, F, A, C, E. Now F major has just B flats, F minor is related to A flat major and has B, E, A, D flats, so we know that this is F minor. Last one. Now here we're on quite a low range here, so let's work out what our key note is. 1, 3, 5, 7, 8. It's a bottom A. We've got A, C, E here. So we know that it's A something. Now we know that A major has got 3 sharps. A minor is related to C major with no sharps or flats. And so that's A minor. There we go then. So that's easily done if you just follow the steps through one at a time. Let's have a look at question 7. Now question 7 asks us to rewrite the following melody with the notes correctly grouped or beamed. And so we need to bear in mind what the key signature is. So we're in 2 crotchet beats per bar. And we need to group these notes, we need to beam them to show where each crotchet beat falls. When we've got a mixture of semiquavers, demi-semiquavers and so on, we need to always show where the crotchet beat or the quarter note falls. We need to show each individual beat. So here we've got 3/4 of a beat. Those 2/8 make a quarter, and so there is our first beat. Let's just do the thinking first. Now we know that 4/4 make a whole. We've got quarter, quarter, and then here those 2 equate to 2/4 as well. We've got a quarter there, and then the dot and the 8th, both 8s make another quarter. So we can see there's our second beat. That's the hard maths done, I think. Now here we could be mistaken by grouping these, showing each crotchet or quarter note beat. However, there is a rule that says we can beam 4 quavers or 4/8 notes together so long as it doesn't cross the middle of the bar in 4/4. That's not the case here, so we can just beam them together anyway without any concern about going over that middle bar line. Now here we've got 3/4 and a quarter. And then if you notice, we've got the same time that we have here. Quarter and a quarter makes a half. There's another quarter, and 2/8 makes another half. So we know they're all together. That's the same timing. So we've really done the thinking for that. And I suspect that'll be the case here as well. So let's have a look at the next bar. We've got a half there. And then we've got the same scenario again as we had here, so we know that they will make another half. So there's one beat. Same again, there's another beat. Now here, that one will have to stay on its own. We can't do any beaming, otherwise we'd change the note values. And then again, we've got the same scenario here, where all of those can be beamed together. And of course, this one will have to stay on its own. There's nothing to link that to. And now that you've done the thinking, all we need to do is add the beams, and we just need to bear in mind which way the stems are going to go. So I'll just get the note heads in first. Now these 2 are below the middle line. The middle line can go either way, and so we're going to have the stems going up. Need the dot, and then we need to show they are demi-semis or 32nd notes. So here we go. This one's below the line. That one's just one above the middle line. whereas that's 2, 3 below, 4 below. So actually this one's outvoted and have to have the stem going up to accommodate all of the other notes. It's kind of been outvoted. That one's dotted, and so all of these are semis or 16ths until this last one, which is the 32nd. So all of these can be beamed together below the middle line, below the middle line below. So they're all below the middle line, so the stems. And because we're beginning and ending in the same place, we can just have a straight line at the top, and these can extend in the middle. There we go. So these need to be beamed together now, and we can see these are going to go with the stems up because they are below the middle line. Same again here. That one's dotted. Do the outside notes, and then these can join in. These are all semiquavers or 16th note, and then there's our demi-semi. Okay, carrying on, we're nearly there. Not too much thinking to do here because we've done all the thinking when we circled everything. It's just now copying. These are coming down, they're all above. So that's semis for those two, and then an extra line for that one. Just sharpen the pencil. There we go. Again, all of these stems are going down. Same rhythm again. This one has to be on its own, can't beam that, otherwise we'll change the note value. Here, these can all go together in accordance with the rule. If it's a mixture of quavers and semis, or 8ths and 16ths and so on, they have to be grouped in the unit value of the crotchet quarter note, but because it's all quavers or 8th notes, we first encountered that rule in grade 1 actually. There we go. There we go, and that's all the thinking done for that one. And so now question B asks us, how many demi-semi-quavers or 32nd notes is the first note of the melody worth? The first note of the melody is a dotted quaver or a dotted 8th note. So let's just think about the quaver or the 8th note first, which divides into 2 semis or 2 16ths, which divides into 4 demi-semis or 32nd notes, and then the dot after it makes it half again, so we add an extra 2, and so altogether it's worth 6. There we go. I hope that's been helpful to you. We'll leave the last question for the next video. I hope that's been beneficial to you. If you've enjoyed that, please give me a like, and please subscribe to my channel to keep updated. There's lots more in store, and do visit sharonbill.com to make full use of all the information that's available to you there. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.